addition that Ms. Atkins performed sexual acts on Deputy Fields. So Ms. Atkins had sex with Deputy Fields so she could get home incarceration after fees waived, and Deputy Fields was prosecuted and convicted of these crimes, of forcing women to have sex with him so they can get home incarceration. Now, even though all of these crimes were alleged to have occurred in Judge Mullen's office, the judge wasn't implicated in this, but the sheriff was also named in the lawsuit. He was supervising the deputy and was alleged to have turned a blind eye to the assault. So now let's look at the arguments as they are right now for both the state and the defense. Now, if I'm the prosecutor, my case is simple. We have video of the shooting. Steins intentionally and unlawfully shot the judge. His actions were deliberate, and it was evidenced by multiple shots fired and the break-in shots being fired. Remember, he fired one volley of shots, turned and left, and then before he walked out the door, shot the judge 3 more times. And the fact that there was no immediate threat to the sheriff to justify this use of deadly physical force to someone who apparently was unarmed. Now, if I'm representing the sheriff, I'm saying that his actions were under extreme emotional disturbance caused by the reasonable belief that his family was in imminent danger. The discovery of his daughter's phone number on the judge's phone served as the triggering event. The sheriff's actions, while unlawful, weren't premeditated, but a result of a temporary loss of self-control, like finding your wife in bed with another man. Now, here is part of the video where
don't have to compliment me. I know it. The timing was nearly perfect. How did I only get a 1? I'm number 1. Probably mistakenly wrote that. I'm number 1. Okay. I swear this game is rigged! No! You don't have to compliment me. I know it. The timing.
You know Tom Homan, you see Tom Homan on your show, but you see,
Mr.
he said,
We have so much to look at and listen to from this off-the-rails Trump town hall with Harris Faulkner, coined as a women town hall. Trump answering the questions that women are concerned about, as this was branded. And you can see there in the first clip, Harris Faulkner so desperately was trying to. The reason we led with that is to give you a sense of the vibe, and then I'll show you the more substantive points I want to make about the clips. But Faulkner desperately wanted to.
You want to see what's in the cupboard, Toffee? You want to see what's in this cupboard? Do you want to go have a look? Want to go have a look in there, Toffee? Go on then, you go have a look in the cupboard. You can look in the cupboard. Go on. Go have a look in the cupboard, Toffee. You want to see? You want to go see? You go see. That's it. Oh, you're so brave. You're so it's okay. We'll find you. You're scared of Monopoly, are you? I know it's a difficult game, but it's not that scary, is it? Toffee, do you want to see in the other cupboard as well? Want to go and see in that cupboard as well? You're allowed to go and look in the cupboards. Come on, you be very brave. I know you haven't seen in here before. There's a wire there. Mummy's watching you. There's a photo album, some books, some sellotape, sewing kit. Oh, I know you're being so brave, aren't you? Oh, look at you prowling to the cupboard. Oh, such a brave boy, Toffee. Oh, you are such a brave boy looking in the cupboards. Is this your first time I've let you in the cupboards? Oh, you are such a brave boy. That's it. You're a brave boy.
We have VTubers confessing their most deepest secrets that they've never told on stream before. I don't clean my underwear. Oh no! I pulled out my pants and ass in the wind off the back of the truck. Oh my god!
I really loved rugs, apparently, and I pissed all over them with 3 other people in the room.
Are you kidding me, Grandma?
Yeah,
That container was not precisely like a Soviet Spencer Crusade. It was a special relieving device for certain body parts.
They can confess to anything. War crimes, keying their ex's car, using their friend's toothbrush as a toy. Who even knows, dude? These people are insane.
So, my confession, I once used 4chan as a dating app.
How bad is it, like, as a dating app?
I would say going on 4chan is like signing up for the FBI watch list.
So why did you do it?
So 4chan used to have these little threads, right? Where it was like, hello, if you live in a certain state, in this thread. So you can talk to people who like live near you. Why you would do that on the internet, I have no idea. But I did anyway.
questions. And like, I ask him, like, oh, so is there anything in this world that like you've always wanted to do but you've never done before, right?
Oh no.
His answer, is there anything you've ever wanted to do before
violation. I did get an updated report from Ms. Kerr today. Mr. Gambari is asking for an adjournment of the bond violation hearing. He did send out the test, and it did come back positive. However, he says around this time he did a test at the hospital. He takes narcotics for his some medical conditions that are prescribed. They do drug testing consistently there to ensure that he is taking them in accordance with therapeutic processes. And he reports to me that he believes that test that was done at the hospital would come back negative. He just has not received those results yet.
When is that test?
He says that test was around the time of October 1st. Is that right?
Is he indicating there was a test that came back that the cocaine is a false positive?
Yes.
Really?
He's saying that he did not consume cocaine, and he believes this other test will show.
So when that test was sent out, it came back positive.
Yes, they sent it for a review.
They sent it for a review, and it came back positive for cocaine.
Correct.
So now there's this other test that we're supposed to get, but we don't have results that are going to show what?
He believes different results than the test that was done at community
A
corrections.
different result, like no cocaine?
Correct.
I think it was
He denies, Your Honor, that he consumed any cocaine. He denies that he consumed any cocaine. He does have a list of medications that he also testifies for opiates. He does have a list of medications that he provided both to community corrections and to me that do include prescriptions for opiates. I know the court is more concerned about the cocaine, as there's no medical reason to consume cocaine. But again, I can only report to the court that he maintains that he didn't use cocaine, and he wants to prove it to the court using this other blood test. We've spoken quite a bit about this, and he denies any use. He is asking that he not be remanded today. He again does want some more time. He has a eviction.
When was this blood test or this test at the hospital?
Oh, he was in the hospital around the time of October 1st. He has an after visit summary. He was at Trinity Health on October 1st at 10:30. On that date, he did testing. And saw his doctor for his medical needs.
And we don't have the test results back yet?
Yeah,
No.
When are they expected back?
just give it to them, I can get it back.
He says he just needs time.
When are they expected back?
You know when they're coming back?
I can get it today, tomorrow.
Hard?
I can get it today.
So you could have gotten it yesterday. And then had it here.
I didn't know that. That's not like
He says but Your Honor, he does want me to tell you that he does have a hearing on his an eviction proceeding hearing today. He is concerned that he's going to be evicted if he is remanded at this time.
no, it's not slated. He's no eviction.
Where do you live? Ann Arbor.
Yes. And I have to sign him on new lease. I don't have an eviction.
He doesn't have an eviction hearing.
It's just not-
Because they do those on Tuesday.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Today's Wednesday.
I misunderstood. He has to sign his new lease
Yeah,
today.
sign in the lease. At the same time, I have to be on a court today at 2:30 for a victim and for the incident where damaged my property.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. He is the alleged victim on another case at 2:30 today
Where?
for damage to his property. Wednesday, 2:30, before Judge Garwood, Magistrate Garwood. It is a small claim.
It's a small claim. It's a civil action. Okay.
So, Your Honor, again, he's asking for an adjournment.
But he could have had his test results. If you want me to wait for it, he could have had him here today because he just has to get them from the hospital. But he didn't do that. And then he comes here in court to say that I'm going to see this miracle test saying that the cocaine wasn't there. Well, we've already had 2 tests that say that the cocaine was there. Have I summed that up correctly?
Your Honor, I don't want to. This is my assumption is that Mr. Gambari was waiting to hear the results back from the sent out tests. Miss Kerr did send up. I called her this morning and she said, "Oh, I didn't realize I had the results back." So perhaps he was waiting for those results to come back before getting the other tests because he maintains that he doesn't know where the cocaine is from.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is an open fire section offense.
I know.
First offense is from 2018 and also crashed building.
Be sure counsel find a release for you so you can get the test from the hospital. But at this point, the defendant's bond is revoked. Defendant remanded to the jail. I'll adjourn this hearing to November 6, 2024, 9 a.m. So,
How do we approach on these?
no.
I think they brought the wrong guy. Our guy's 34 years old.
Might be a rough life. Maybe. I don't know.
And
Your guy is what?
Joseph Chad DeLees, born in 1990.
Wow.
I looked at his.
So,
How do we approach on these?
no.
I think they brought the wrong guy. Our guy's 34 years old.
Might be a rough life. Maybe. I don't know. Your guy is what?
Joseph Chad DeLees, born in 1990.
Wow.
I looked at his Otis photo.
They said yes. That's all I know.
What year was he born?
1990.
So he should look like him. Yeah.
He said he looks like him. What? He said he looks like him.
It looks like Mike. So that's probably the wrong guy. Are you sure that date of birth is?
Joseph Chad DeLees is who we're looking for.
Well, that's what Mike did. March 27th, 1990? Okay. Well, it might be him. Why don't we ask Lane County what this guy's date of birth is? Mr. DeLees, can you hear me? Shake your head if you can hear me. Okay, were you born in 1990? Shake your head if it's a no. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so that's probably the wrong guy. Officer, thank you. We're looking for a Mr. DeLees that was born in 1990. I don't think this is him.
Okay.
Okay?
And is John the least of that?
Pardon?
And is John the least the name?
Well, it's Joseph, I think.
Joseph.
Is that who we're looking for?
So yeah, this
We're
is
looking
John.
for Joseph Chad DeLeese.
32790.
32790.
Okay, yes, you are right. It does say Joseph. So we don't have a Joseph in custody. So,
You don't have him?
no.
Alrighty. Thank you. And Mr. DeLeese, thank you. Not a problem.
Well, my friends, that vegan teacher was banned on TikTok once again, not for the reasons that you might expect. You know, the typical harassing people on the street, defaming people's characters by calling them rapists, and making inappropriate videos about literal child essay. No, none of these. What happened will truly shock you. Today's topic is a bit serious, and we need to be at least a little sensitive to Miss Katie and what happened to her. Unlike how she was, extremely sensitive about what happened to Call Me Chris, but we're gonna put that behind us and treat this with respect because we're better than Miss Katie. Some guy in Italy was finally fed up with her vegan propaganda and her bullshit protesting in the streets and decided to step up like evil Batman from Temu, take justice into his own hands. And, his twisted idea of justice was served with a side of cold sausage.
If somebody came up to your wife, or your girlfriend, or your daughter, and just randomly pulled down their pants and started to rub their private part in front of one of these people, how would you feel? Would you think it was funny if they came home to tell you? Or would you be somewhat alarmed?
Okay, because you did ask the question, and I do assume that you would like an answer. It doesn't seem, it might be rhetorical, but I will go ahead and answer that. I would be bothered. I'd be like, yeah, man, that was not a cool thing for you to do. I would not recommend you do that to any other women, and I will be promptly alerting the authorities and making sure that you are dealt with by the legal channels, the proper channels, and wish you well in your recovery to being a better human being.
Because according to the law, this is a sexual assault. And this is what happened to me on a live stream over on my TikTok channel. Before I go any further, if you If you haven't yet done so, make sure you subscribe and press the notification bell so you don't miss any videos going forward.
This bitch really just hit us with the, hey guys, I'm about to tell you about my tragic sexual assault story. But before I do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. All right, now let me go back to being upset and angry.
Now, do you think that victims of sexual assault should be punished? Because that's exactly what happened over on TikTok. Through no fault of my own, I was just doing my normal streaming, getting people to read cards like this, helping to teach vegan facts.
Wait, hold on, Lee. You are not that innocent. I know you are not holding up a card that is accusing people of R-wording mother cows. I know I already said the word, but I don't like it's an icky word. Kidnapping babies, murdering, stealing, all this. Okay, it's very, honestly, this is kind of tame for you, but this is the kind of thing that you're showing people, and you're saying that this is the kind of things that they do because they support this industry. You're not that innocent either. Now, I'm not saying what you're doing is worse than what that guy did to you, but you're not that innocent either. You shouldn't be acting like you're just this innocent victim when you're not.
All of a sudden, somebody came on and decided to reveal themselves and to do this in front of, I'm not sure how many hundreds of people were watching at the time, but in front of many. Following this, I was told that my account was now banned from live streaming for a week through no fault of my own. I was simply there teaching, and somebody decided to do this on my channel.
Now, I'm going to agree with one thing that Miss Katie says here, and it's that this is definitely no fault of her own, and I firmly believe that you should not get banned for what happens on your live stream that you had no control over. Like, even in that case, I mean, even in her case, I feel like that's just not really appropriate. I mean, I'm personally kind of glad that she got banned because I'm kind of sick of her bullshit, but this isn't exactly a fair ban, if we were to put it that way, because she definitely did not instruct, Captain Dickhead Batman over here to, whip out his ding-a-ling and start slinging it around in front of her audience and live stream. That was a very messed up thing for that guy to do, and I think he probably did it with the intention of getting her banned. This isn't the first time this has happened. There's people that have flash cameras and stuff like that while people are doing live streams to get them banned, and that has also worked. So it's a very common tactic that exists on the internet, unfortunately. But I do want to just preface that she's so angry about this, obviously, and it's kind of crazy because part of me is like, she says and does a lot of really hurtful and harmful things to other people, and again, I'm not saying she deserved to have this happen to her. I don't agree that's the case, but it's karma's a bitch. I mean, Jojo Siwa said it, karma's a bitch. You should have known better. If you had one wish, Miss Katie, you should have never fucked around, and maybe you wouldn't have had to find out.
Now, I'm quite sure that if this did happen in real life to one of your daughters, that somebody pulled their pants down and started rubbing themselves inappropriately, or in front of your wife, or your mom, or your grandmother, that you would think it is pretty sick. It is pretty disturbing. But interestingly enough, many people think it's a big joke, the fact that it happened to a vegan. This is why I explain to you over and over again that vegan phobia is real, and it is wrong. It is dangerous, and it is evil.
First off, let me just say this. Vegan phobia is a made-up bullshit term. There ain't a person alive that is afraid of you pieces of shit. And I don't mean all vegans. I know there's actually some vegan people that watch my videos and actually do enjoy me exposing these assholes. Listen, guys, I'm not talking about you people. I know you already know that, but I just want to make it very, very clear. I'm just talking about these nutcases like Vegan Teacher, Vegan Gains, and Tosh Peters, and we're actually going to talk about a little bit more in this video shortly. And yeah, these are the people that regular humans are concerned about, because you guys go around flapping your fucking mouths and spewing all this ridiculous vegan propaganda, insulting us, calling us cruel, calling us evil, saying that we're all these horrible, horrendous things, that we're worse than Hitler, that we support the Holocaust, all this crap. And it's like, you guys can't even hear yourselves. This is why people are after you. You're attacking everyone. You're making yourself an enemy of every person because you think that you're doing this in the name of animals. And the fact of the matter is, the whole hard truth is you guys don't give two flat fucks about animals. Okay, you try to pretend like that because you're all a bunch of sociopaths. You're all crazy. Vegan Gaines clearly didn't give a shit about his cat. He didn't give a shit about his wolf dog. The only thing that you guys care about is your ego and pretending that you have the moral high ground above everybody else. And that's just not true. Let's consider what you said to call me Chris when she was discussing her very serious, very traumatic SA situation that happened to her. Let's see how sensitive you were about that.
A long time ago. An assault. A personal assault. A sexual assault that she suffered through. My question is this. If you don't like the fact that you were pinned down and assaulted, why do you pay people to do this to other female?
Let me ask you something, Miss Katie. If you didn't like that random Italian dude getting in front of your camera, slinging his dick around during your live stream, why do you support people like Tosh Peterson running around there, bouncing her titties around for a bunch of kids to see while running into stores with blood covered all over her? You think that's great? You're like, yeah, you do that. Well, that's public indecency. She's exposing herself to tons of children that shouldn't be seeing that. Tons of other people that definitely don't want to be seeing that. But that's cool. That's fine. But you know, when this sort of thing happens to you, it's all fucking tits up and cattywampus. You know, you can talk this ill and disgustingly about Call Me Chris and completely belittle her experience, her real assault experience, whereas you just had a guy sling his dick around and get you banned off TikTok. I'm sure what Call Me Chris went through was significantly more traumatic, and you just decided to compare it to a cow getting artificial insemination, whatever. Can you try and make that make sense? And another thing, you want to go around and accuse other people and call everybody else the R word, you know, a sexual assaulter, if you will, even calling me that potentially, or suggesting it because you thought that I like cheese and drink milk, even though I'm lactose intolerant. I don't even do that in the first place. That's incredible. So why would you expect anybody to do anything but take this as a joke? Now again, this isn't my standpoint. I still think this is wrong. I don't think this should have happened to Miss Katie. I don't think she deserved this. But it's just extremely ironic when the shoe is on somebody else's foot, she's able to make fun of the situation, belittle it, downplay it, and act like it's not a serious thing. You're despicable.
It's time for good people to start speaking out when they see evil like this. It's time for good people, even if you don't like the vegan's face, or you don't like the tone of her voice or his voice, or you don't like the way in which they deliver the message. Surely you must agree that people have a right to speak and to defend the innocent animals who are suffering so much. Don't you find it absolutely bizarre that people who are trying to be kind and to save animals from the Holocaust in which they are forced to live right now are now being also targeted and sexually assaulted because of it? I just don't get it.
Well, let me tell you something,